Hello fighters, and it's finally time to overdress with the first 3 D start decks, starting with the main character, Kondo's Holy Dragon. First, I want to emphasize that each of these start decks are only 300 yen in Japan, so here in Singapore I got them for about 5 Singapore dollars a piece, and in the US it shouldn't be more than 3 US dollars for one of these decks. And here we are getting into Yu's Dragon Empire deck, which I think aesthetically is largely themed around Kagero. And here we have the Ace Monster Nirvana, and just take a look at this triple rare foiling. I don't know if this is going to be the new standard of triple rare or if it depends on the actual card itself, but I really like what I'm seeing here, especially how the foiling pattern really trickles down to the name as well. It looks really good. Of course, as a grade 3 of the new generation, it has the Persona Ride ability. On Vanguard, once per turn, by discarding 1 card from your hand, you can call a grade 0 card from your drop zone, which is most likely gonna be Trickstar. And on Vanguard, when this unit attacks, cost Counterblast 1. During this turn, all of your units with the Overdress ability, plus this unit, gain power plus 10k for the turn. And I just have to emphasize how strong this is because your Overdress units don't even have to be in Overdress state. They just have to have the ability, alright? So you don't actually have to perform Overdress to get the full benefit of this effect. And of course, here we have the non-foil versions. 3 copies of that, so 4 copies of our ace card. Let's put the extras in the damage zone. This is Blaze Maiden Ryu, the grade 2 of the right line, and okay, I just really gotta mention this now, but I really like how now each unit's grade has a specific different colored template depending on the nation they belong to. Anyway, when you write Nirvana on top of her, cost Soul Blast 1, you can search your deck for 1 Velrina, reveal it to your opponent, add it to your hand, and shuffle your deck. And on Vanguard and Rearguard, when this unit attacks during the battle, it gains plus 2k. So essentially a 12k attacker. So our grade 2 piece, okay? And I'm assuming we are getting another 4 copies of that. Yup, next we have Blaze Maiden Reno, the grade 1 of the right line. When you write Ryu on her, search your deck for up to 1 Trickstar and call it to Rearguard. So the synergy is just awesome. You write into Ryu, you get Trickstar, you write into Nirvana, you get Velrina into your hand, and then perform Overdress. And on Vanguard and Rearguard, when this unit attacks during the battle, it gains plus 2k. Essentially making her a 10k attacker as well. So basically a grade 2, which is not too shabby either. So we'll put 1 copy over there and stack the rest. And here we have our starting Vanguard Sunrise Egg. When you ride on top of this unit, if you are the player going second, draw 1 card. And of course, we are putting you importantly in the middle over here, all your arts combined into a single artwork. We have the Fire Slash Dragon Inferno Sword, and honestly, even though this is just a common and probably no one is going to run this guy because he's just a preliminary grade 3 for the start deck, he actually looks pretty cool design-wise, okay? So let's see what he can do. On Rearguard, when this unit attacks during the battle, it gets plus 2k. Okay, a 15k attacker, I'll take that, I guess. Okay, but I mean, oh, cool, nice. So I've always liked I always really liked Velrina's design since the moment they revealed it. But honestly, looking at it in real life is just so awesome. And at this moment, we don't even know if Overdress is a mechanic that's going to be limited to Dragon Empire, or if it will eventually become available to the other nations as well. So that is just such an exciting thing to think about. And I love this sort of template which seems to be reserved only for Overdress units. Anyway, Overdress target on Trickstar. On Rearguard, when this Overdress unit attacks a Vanguard during the battle, it gets plus 10k, and if you pay the cost of Soul Blast 2, retire one of your opponent's Rearguards. Now that is deadly. So I think I'll put you somewhere on the field first. I was kind of hoping one of them would be double rare, at least in the foiling, so it's unfortunate that they're all commons. Okay, grade 1 Vanilla, Iron Ball Dragon Anki Bowler. So as you guys can see, it is definitely true that all of the clans have kind of survived. So this is kind of like the Tachikaze representation within Dragon Empire. So 4 of this Vanilla, I assume. Oh, 3 only. Then we have the Sentinel, the Escort Stealth Dragon, Hayashikaze. So clearly this dude is from Nubatama and he acts perfectly the same as the older Sentinel Perfect Guards. But what I'd like you guys to take note of is that in the actual boosters, we'll be getting a different kind of Perfect Guard for each nation. And those perfect guards are different because they essentially become no cost if you have only one card left in your hand when you play them. And I honestly think that's a really interesting new mechanic for perfect guards that makes it easier for you to protect yourself and turn the tables when you are in a pinch. Alright, so let's put our perfect guard over there and carry on. Next, we have, of course, Trickstar, not the starting Vanguard, but another grade 0 placed in the deck. UU's mascot, basically. We'll put you right below Valrina to show the connection. So we are definitely having 4 of this, right? Yep. And next, we have our Over Trigger, which gives plus 1 billion power. The Spiritual King of Determination, Olbaria. And of course, you can only have 1 Over Trigger in your deck, so that's only 1 copy. And now going into the triggers, our critical trigger is Blaze Maiden Zonne. So she fits in the artwork right over here. Of course, we have 4 copies of her, you can't deny that. Then we have the draw trigger, the Blaze Staff Monk Chokusha. Alright, so let's put him right over there. And the front trigger, the Blaze Fist Monk Nico. Pretty cool looking card. Put one of you over there. Pretty interesting that now all the nations are getting a front trigger though. And next we have the Blaze Maiden Rona, our heal trigger, which finally completes the artwork. So we'll put her down there. And finally we have our normal order 3 copies of Sunburst Evolution. Cost Counterblast 1, choose one of your units and give it plus 5k for the turn, and then you can recycle 1 Valrina from your drop zone. So very powerful support for basically managing to pull off your overdress mechanic. Okay, so at a glance here are all the cards in the deck. Let's move on to Dark States.